Hello, welcome to What Culture Gaming. I'm Josh, joined today by Scott Tailford because it's the run-up to E3 and we're finally getting new information about Death Stranding. Hideo Kojima has already teased that a new trailer will be shown off during the event, but now, in an interview with Mads Mikkelsen, we finally have information on new gameplay details. The first information on gameplay details, you know more, Scott.
I do. Now, this is only one very specific quote. He was being interviewed, and basically he was talking about the process of mocapping and what it's like working on the game. And he said that this is, again, it's one quote, or it's one thing we can isolate that refers to gameplay. And he said that basically the way that the game plays, as far as he understands it, means that all people from all around the world have to come together to progress. Which,
interesting.
I don't know what the hell that means.
Very vague. That sounds sort of similar to the nuclear disarmament in Metal Gear Solid 5, which required everyone to come together and no one really completed it because it was a great metaphor for real life.
Exactly, right. So that's really cool because that was a thing at the end of Metal Gear Solid 5. There was a secret third ending or a third cutscene, final third act cutscene thing that you could unlock only if every single player around the world chose to disarm all their nukes, which is Kojima's way of commenting on the reality of nuclear warfare and, mutually assured destruction and all that kind of stuff. And it was that way of bringing people together to make a larger comment on something else. Now, it seems like that's what he's going forward with. Kojima was very much known for fourth wall breaking stuff, and he thinks of games and interactive systems in a way that the rest of the world just doesn't.
Yes.
And I really love this. It sounds like something that he would do. And it kind of goes alongside the initial hints that we got towards gameplay that it was going to involve sticks and ropes. Which are metaphorical things in theory. There will be certain gameplay mechanics that would be to do with sticks are attacking people, pushing them away. Other things would be community driven and social driven and dynamic interaction driven, which would be the ropes that would bring people together. So it seems like the whole game apparently is based around this ethos of sticks and ropes.
Well, even from the first few trailers, we got this idea in full swing. With the last one, it was all about tethers and the little sort of gooey technical things tying people together, which ties in with the sort of sticks and ropes and how everyone's connected. So if everyone has to work together, it kind of works towards that thing of everyone being in a hive mind. It's very meta, as Hideo Kojima always is, but it's nice to see him mixing these metaphors with the actual gameplay.
Yeah, and the only other thing to take away so far, and I can't think exactly which interview this came from, but he did talk about, because obviously everyone is mate, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah, even Mads Mikkelsen is what am I even working on?
Yeah, that's the thing when he was talking about the production. He just said there's a lot of storyboards, a lot of conceptual stuff, there's a lot of improvisation in terms of the acting, and they're obviously piecing it. It seems like only Kojima is holding the cards. But the actual game, as far as what are we seeing on screen, what actually is going on, apparently it's to do with time is this, it seems like what happens when time goes awry, what happens when time stops, is time this controllable entity, and what happens when that goes sideways. And the creatures that we've seen in the game, because basically when time stops in the game, it seems everything then gets thrown out of loop. All these ideas of creation and existing and all permanence, all that stuff doesn't happen because time can't flow anymore. And so that's where the game takes place. Norman Reedus is waking up in this area, this world, this dimension where time is non-existent. But all those inky strand things are very much reminiscent of umbilical cords and connections. And it seems like you're trying to strive to make these connections to assumedly save everybody and will things to happen again.
I mean, it sounds insane, but I'm really hyped for it. There's nothing. I mean, what game is sort of like this? Is trying to tackle these themes on this level with these mechanics. It is exciting, and I hope Kojima can pull it off. Because lest we forget, the gameplay in Metal Gear Solid 5 was unbelievably spot on. The gameplay loop in that was incredible. I had ridiculous sessions on that. Whereas I thought before then he was never sort of gameplay focused, he was always story focused. But now it seems like he's sort of been able to mesh the two. And if he can push that even further with Death Stranding, yes.
I would say the Metal Gear games always played solid enough, but like you said, Phantom Pain, oh god, solid enough. Yeah, Phantom Pain was definitely its own thing, and it was very good. It seems like Death Stranding, because Kojima was asked would you be doing an open world game? He said once you go open world, you can't go back. So there are little things that you can piece together for this. But bringing it back around to what Mads Mikkelsen said, there's clearly going to be some sort of overarching online component that beams our experiences into one another, and that's how we progress. Or whatever. Try and work out what the hell you think this means down in the comments below. Either way, I've been Scott from WhatCulture.com.
I've been Josh from WhatCulture.com.
Catch you guys soon.
Bye.
Goodbye.